Welcome to the Great Wolf Lodge in Anaheim, California. This is our preferred lodge and we have been coming here for years, so let me show you around. Starting with the grand lobby, this was pretty late in the evening, otherwise it is usually packed. The Loose Moose is where we get our breakfast buffet, which I will show you a little bit later in this video. I love how all the details make you feel like you are truly at a wilderness lodge. In this area, they'll usually host their dance parties, crafting sessions, and there is storytime animatronics, and you get a great view of the water park. This is a complete indoor water park that is perfect year-round, and at nighttime it looks so peaceful. They have an amazing gift shop stocked with crazy cool merch, so if you forgot anything or you want to get decked out in Wolf Lodge items, this is where you go. Turning the corner from the lobby check-in area, there are some more things to see and do, including pressed pennies. I love pressed penny machines. These are my favorite souvenirs. This is also home to the Lodge Grill and the Dunkin' Donuts. There are plenty of elevators, so you will not have to wait for long. But my first tip to you is to find a room a little bit further away from the elevators. Even though there will be a little bit more walking involved, this is a family-friendly resort and interactive things for kiddos to do right near the elevators on just about every single level. So I recommend, if you want peace, to move back a little. On every level, there are also some vending machines, ice makers, and microwaves in this area. You can celebrate special occasions, and when you do a birthday package, you can actually have them decorate your room for you, including the door. I will share a room tour of the standard room, which is one we usually book, but before I do, let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of the property. Our son is on the autism spectrum, and so he needs a little bit more peace and quiet for sensory relief, so we tend to book a little bit further away from the elevators, and here is that walking I mentioned. Even though we really also love hearing all the kids having fun. So here you can see Dunkin' in its full glory. It gets really busy in the morning times, but for this morning, we're headed for a buffet breakfast at Loose Moose. This is one of our favorite breakfast buffets. They have a little bit of something for every single taste. There's fresh fruits, an omelet station. They even have a biscuits and gravy station. They have cereal, they have donuts, they have all kinds of pastries, all kinds of hot breakfast items. They even have mac and cheese for breakfast. Yeah. Okay, let me show you our room. I love the Great Wolf Lodge bracelets. They not only grant you access to the water park, but they're also the key to your room. And of course, they're waterproof. Please excuse our mess. I filmed this room tour after we had already slept in the room. They have all kinds of fun rooms, but we found that the standard room really suits all of our needs. One of my favorite features is that the basin is outside of the toilet area, so you can wash bottles if you need to, and we have. They also have just about every amenity that you could possibly ask for, including full-size products, an iron and ironing board, a large mini fridge that is perfect to put all of your snacks in. They even have extra blankets and pillows already in the room in these deep, amazing drawers, as well as a dedicated Great Wolf Lodge TV channel that plays in our room 24/7 while we're there. Hopping into the shower at the end of a great water park day is phenomenal. There is plenty of space and again, full-size products waiting for you. The water pressure can be a little bit spotty at times, but it's still good. Looking at more amenities, there is tons of space to hang your clothes as well as an iron and ironing board. There is a blow dryer, but it's not phenomenal, but it'll do in a pinch. There's also a decent sized safe in the room that you can use to keep your things, well, safe while you're at the water park. And of course, you can use the coffee maker that's in the room if you really need coffee right away, but as I mentioned, there is a Dunkin' Donuts on property. And again, these drawers are super deep, so you can easily unpack and stay for a while. I love all the little hidden details, including outlets for days. I love outlets. We always need more outlets. And there is so much seating in the room, which is perfect for our family. I have personally done a couple of work from home days at this very table. And look at all these adorable little details. This just makes the room so much more magical. And again, it's perfectly climate controlled, so this is a great year-round destination. Let me show you what a checkout day looks like. Before going back into the water park, we wanted to load the car, so we packed all of our items onto our little wagon, and now we're headed to the parking lot. But here you can see a perfect example of all of the interactive games for MagiQuest. This is sort of an interactive scavenger hunt type game that is designed for the older kids in your group. They have a dedicated gift shop where you can go and customize a wand from scratch. There are different elements that you can include to really make it your own. Your wand activates your clues. So this is a unique scavenger hunt experience all over the lodge, ending with an amazing dragon. Our little wagon fits perfectly into the back of our car. You need to be out of your room on checkout days at a certain time, but you still have access to the water park. So we like to leave our things in the car so we don't have so much to keep track of. We usually stock our backpacks with wet bags and dry clothes for the ride home, so when we're done in the water park, we can take a shower there. Coming back from the parking garage, let's go take a look at the basement. This is our favorite level. This is where you'll find all of the coolest activities like putt-putt mini golf, and this is also where you'll find that gift shop I showed earlier for the Magic Quest items and the infamous Dragon's Lair. Beyond that, they also have an amazing arcade. This arcade is absolutely huge, and we spend hours here every single time we come to visit. You know, I'm a sucker for a good souvenir, and some of our favorite souvenirs have actually come from this exact arcade. Of course, you can exchange tickets for their prizes, and these prizes are not only an amazing selection, but also very reasonable compared to other arcades. They also have these pretty easy to win claw games full of Great Wolf Lodge toys. And speaking of toys, they have an entire Build-A-Bear workshop in the basement, chocked full of the amazing Great Wolf Lodge characters. Michael made a Brindley bear and Sebastian made a Magic Quest dragon. And if you need a sweet treat, they've got you covered. There's some ice cream as well as baked goods right here. And did I mention bowling? Yeah. But of course, the main attraction is the indoor water park, which you can access by walking through this gift shop. So if you forgot anything, don't worry, they've got you covered. For the little ones in your group, they can do a height check right here and get a color-coded bracelet. Speaking of bracelets, your room key bracelet also allow you to check out towels for the day. These are completely complimentary for you to use, but you have to check them out. So for example, if you check out 2, at the end of the day, you have to return 2. Make sure you don't lose track of them or you may be charged. You can rent a cabana in different areas of the park, but there's also plenty of free seating that you can use for the day. We love capturing the moment, so we have these little waterproof pouches for our phones that can hang around your neck. And even if you don't plan on getting in the water, there are plenty of opportunities for you to get a good splash. Fort Mackenzie is one of Sebastian, our youngest's, favorite places to run around and explore in. And here's my next tip for all the moms out there. I like to buy the exact same bathing suit for both of my boys every time we come. That way I can easily spot them in a crowd. This is usually where they'll split up and it gets pretty loud in here, so calling out for them gets quite difficult. We love seeing our kiddos get more courageous with every single visit. There are plenty of different slides to choose from, each one for a different thrill level, and every single time we come, our kiddos get a little bit more adventurous. All this running around sure could get you hungry, but not to worry, there are meal options inside of the water park too. We have been coming to Great Wolf Lodge since before Sebastian was born. This was actually my baby moon when I was pregnant with him, and so we have fully utilized this play area that is designed for babies and toddlers, and he still likes to explore the slides here. They even have cabanas in this area, so you can literally spend your entire day right here. Not only do they have fun starter slides here, but they have amazing interactive play areas here so you can play around with the water. This keeps our kiddos entertained for hours. Michael also started in this area, but he has since outgrown it, and soon Sebastian will too. They mostly spend their time at Fort Mackenzie now. And if you have older kiddos in your group, not to worry, there are plenty of thrill-seeking slides at the park as well. This is not really our jam, but they're cool. A significant chunk of our day is spent in the wave pool, which I will show you shortly, but before we get to that, let's take a look at another one of our favorites, the lazy river. Or should I say not so lazy river. This river goes pretty quick, and trust me, we've scraped a couple of knees on this one, so here's my pro tip to you, lift up those feet. While we take a little float around the lazy river, let me introduce some of our other tips and tricks to you that we have learned over the years. First, water shoes are great. It's an easy way to get to and from your room and straight into the pool. Secondly, the pool area can be a little bit grimy, but especially the shower areas too. So pack those pool shoes. But Don't wear them in the lazy river, they will get scuffed up. Second, putting on a wet bathing suit sucks, so bring at least one bathing suit for each day you'll be here. Here's a little glimpse at the wave pool that I mentioned before. We spend hours every single day that we're here in this exact pool. Michael tends to stay toward the back where he can swim underwater, which he loves to do, whereas the rest of us kind of just get whipped around by the waves. Another awesome feature is the fact that you can get a complimentary live vest for your little ones right here. They have different sizes as well as different styles for every kiddo. As of this moment, I have barely shown you half of the park. So here are some of the other slides that you can use that we don't really use. And did you know that the Great Wolf Lodge actually has an entire outdoor area as well? Making our way up the ramp, you get a good view of the park, but you can also see the nestled away wipeout wave pool. This is where you can try your hand at a surf lesson if you are interested in getting a little bit more physical. I always enjoy watching them try, but I personally have not had a desire to go ahead and try this yet. I don't know if I'll ever have that desire, to be honest, but I do enjoy watching everybody else try. There tends to be a lot of underutilized seating up here, so on a busy day, make your way up the ramp and find some seats here, or you can rent out a cabana in this area as well. If your kiddos are coming down the thrill slides, this is probably a great spot for you to take a seat. Michael is starting to scope out the bigger slides. We did one of the slides together and he was quite shocked at how fast it was going. I don't think we'll be doing it again soon, but he's looking. Making our way outdoors now. As I mentioned, they do have an entire outdoor pool section as well. This is pretty cold in the winter. Anaheim gets cold in the winter. The pool is heated in the winter, but it's still cold outside. However, in the summer months, this is a very busy spot for obvious reasons. This can be really refreshing and fun outside. They even have some cabanas that you can rent in this area, which is perfect in the summer. And my kid is just so obsessed with the dunking buckets. But this is a decent sized pool, and they'll even do little dance parties in this pool. It is super fun, and there are tons of little things that you can do and see. This is a great exploring area. It's like a mini Fort McKenzie. Again, my kid loves the dunking buckets, and Michael and Dad will usually spend a significant amount of time playing basketball. When we started traveling as a family with a kiddo on the spectrum, we were specifically looking for places that are a little bit more accessible, and Great Wolf Lodge ticks all of those boxes. This outdoor pool does have an area that is a little bit more deep, but they do have a splash area for little ones outside as well. This is a gorgeous view when you're on vacation. Some of the rooms do have this view, so keep an eye out for that. Okay, it's too cold to be outside, but you still want to play basketball? No problem, because tucked away in the corner that I didn't even show you yet is another pool area with fun things to do for the bigger kids. Compared to the other areas I have shown you so far, this is probably one of the deepest pools that they have, but there are great interactive things for the bigger kids to do and see here, and as long as you're monitoring your little ones, they can have fun here too. As I mentioned, this is our checkout day, so even though we have access to the pool all day, eventually we do head up to take a quick shower and get dressed in our dry clothes before we head home. We've never needed the lockers, but they have them, and there's a final look at our favorite pizzeria, Hungry as a Wolf. We head back to the parking garage where we fortunately already paid for our parking when we checked out at the front desk, so all we have to do is scan our parking ticket and we're good to go. I hope you found this video informative. Thank you so much for enjoying this with us.